let me observe that Eric says that I'm the steward of hopes and dreams, but he wouldn't let me choose a song for the intro today.
Well, he put everybody to sleep last time, so we just had to pull a little rank on him.
So yes, I've been in the deep south, deep south, a little further south than Kentucky for a few weeks, but I'm back in HQ and we're looking forward to launch. So let me just take a couple of minutes and tell you why we're doing what we're doing. TranZact Card has designated itself as a social impact enterprise. Well, what does that mean? What are we trying to accomplish? And why is someone with an Australian accent talking to people who are mostly from the United States about US banking and an e-commerce platform in the United States? Well, as Larry said, we're going to go global, and maybe my voice will be more recognized in other environments along the journey. But in the meantime, the United States is our focus. And in the meantime, 70% of adults in the USA say they cannot make ends meet every month. The US community banking sector is shrinking. It's dropped from about 20,000 banks to under 4,200 banks over the last couple of decades. And the majority of those are disappearing because they don't know how to make money. About 250 banks went out of business in the last year, and that's about the rate every year. Some are being merged, some are just closing and throwing up their hands, and very few of them are being closed by the FDIC. And the US dollar is shrinking in value. It's not going to be the global currency forever, and it's reducing in its global effect. But over the last 2 decades, the value of a US dollar has dropped by about half. So you've got a shrinking community banking sector. You've got an increase of unbanked and underbanked. You've got a shrinking dollar, and you've got 70% of adults who say they can't make ends meet. And we're trying to solve some of that. We can't solve it for everyone. We can't change the entire system, but we have created the TranZact Card financial ecosystem where $1 is worth $2. When you go and spend $1 anywhere using your TranZact Card, then you get a Z-Buck, and the value of that Z-Buck in the Z Club that will launch in November is worth $1. So you get to spend it once, you get to spend it twice. And why are we doing that? Because there are so many people in this country and then later around the world who need more buying power. I'm talking about single mothers, I'm talking about students, I'm talking about young families and elderly people who no longer have a regular income. About 100 million Americans are living at or near the poverty line. Now, we welcome everyone, but I must admit that the majority of those who will get the extra value will be those who need a little bit more, those who have less and need a little bit more. But the Z-Buck works for everybody. It doesn't matter whether you're spending $10,000 a month or $100,000 a month or $1,500 a month. The money that you spend that you had to spend anywhere else and earns you a Z-Buck allows you to get that double value inside the Z Club. So why are we doing it? We're doing it for the sake of those who need it. And the fact is that those who are on this call who choose to become digital branch officers or operators get the chance to earn an income from helping people double their buying power, which is pretty awesome. So social impact, and by the way, the last thing I want to mention before I hand back to Eric is that we've set this up. It's not a foundation, it's not a charity, it's a for-profit business, but we've set it up so that all of the profits in this very profitable ecosystem that allow us to pay digital DBOs and give rewards to TranZact Card members, all of the profits roll up into a trust and then back down to member benefits. There are no shareholders. It all comes back and stays in this little ecosystem. So we're here to make a difference. And yes, Eric mentioned that I'm a steward of hopes and dreams. And we are. So whether you're a TranZact Card member or a digital branch operator, we accept the responsibility for being good stewards of your hopes and dreams, and hope to see you on the team along the journey. And thanks, Eric.